All right, so back here at the 1620 Garage Channel, we still have Miss Morgan doing her farming thing, cleaning her slide. But we are working on a DIY hot tub today. I actually managed to score this Rubbermaid. Don't spray me with that, please. Thank you. I got this for free from a friend of mine. He had been using it previously as a koi pond, but then he had actually cracked this, and it's cracked on the bottom somewhere here. And I actually epoxied and sealed it. I did such a good job, you can't even tell. It's actually, you know what? It's on the bottom. That's right. Where I sealed this a couple years ago. So if we flip this thing upside down, right here. So I epoxied it on the bottom over here. You can't even tell, I did such a good job. So it's like sealed. So, so I'm going to be using this for a hot tub. I actually picked up a hot water on demand propane setup. I also have an extra filter that I scored off of Facebook Marketplace, which is a Hayward small pool / hot tub pump filter, sand filter for 30 bucks. So I'm into this for $0, minus the epoxy. It was not big money, but that's all epoxied nice. It's not gonna leak, I guarantee you that. Plus the filter, and I got the Camp Lux, I think it's like a 2.7 gallon per minute propane heater for $220 on Amazon Prime Day. I'll link that in the description. You can buy these at your local Tractor Supply. I'm not exactly sure on the price, but I'll put a description below of all the parts I've used. So not as bad as you would think. This is going to be probably under 500 bucks, maybe 600 bucks with some miscellaneous fittings and such. But container. So 300 gallons, and this is a normally used for cattle. Like I said, a friend of mine actually used this for koi pond. He cracked the bottom, I fixed it, epoxied it, so I'm going to use this as a hot tub. I actually have the old bench over there that was from my old soft tub many years ago that leaked because that was just a poor setup. It actually heated the water by wrapping coils around the motor. It would take 2 or 3 days to heat it up. The new heater I've gotten is going to be propane driven, and it generates 2.7 gallons per minute hot water on demand. So I can heat this up in probably an hour. I'm going to say tops. However fast I can filter the water through. Yeah, so 2.7 gallons per minute. Call it 3. 3 gallons per minute. Times that by 60. We're just about an hour. We're able to heat this up to over 120 degrees. So this will be perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this tub cleaned out. My pressure washer. Here's the Hayward pump. Like I said, linked below in the description. I got this for 30 bucks. Marketplace at a local yard sale. I did happen to have this old bench kicking around. This would be the tougher thing for you guys to find, but I'm sure you can make something very similar that lines up with the edge of that tub, so it's easy to sit on the edge, dangle your feet in. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this pressure washer going and clean all this up, and then we're going to put this together. It should be pretty easy. I don't anticipate anything too crazy going on here. Some light plumbing. I'll probably have to get some hardware over at Home Depot, but I'll show you guys everything I'm gonna do here. I love my little tiny electric pressure washer. This is the guy from Harbor Freight, Portland. This thing's not bad, 1750 electric. I do have a bigger gas powered one, but I've been washing this for about 3 minutes, and look at the difference. So yeah, this is gonna clean up real nicely. This has been out in the yard here for a few years. So I'm gonna bring this thing back to life. I'll throw it in the sun, let it dry, while we put that thing together. Tub project. This will be fun. A little DIY hot tub action. So here it is, guys. So I've got all my parts laid out. I just pressure washed everything, cleaned it all up. So I've got the Camp Lux hot water on demand. I'm gonna plumb that up. I've got the Hayward filter. The Hayward is the VL40T32. I'll link that in the description below. You can buy these on Amazon. I found this one used on my local marketplace for 30 bucks, along with the free 300 gallon tank I got from my buddy, the stock tank. It's the Rubbermaid that you can get right at Tractor Supply. I'll link it. Try not to buy this new if you can get around it, because it is expensive. This is all used stuff I laying around. I had the bench here. This is from an old soft tub I had years ago that sprung a leak, and I trashed it, but I kept the circular seat just because it was made out of a hardwood and very well built. So I figured, why throw that away? I'm surprised that no one's thrown it in the fire pit, but it survived. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this going. It's hot here today. It's about 95 plus degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up my Easy Up and get this thing plumbed up and see how we can get this thing to work. So gonna have to get creative with the cover. I'm thinking maybe a couple sheets of plywood, and I'll maybe one sheet, and I'll cut it. And well, actually no, I'll probably need 2 sheets, because this is about 6 feet across, and just make a top for it and kind of semicircle on each side, just so it's easy to get on and off. I'll get creative, you know, for the top on this, just to keep crap out of it. So maybe just use a tarp for the time being, a small tarp. So, but yeah, so let me get to it, guys. Oh, the sun is drying this out quickly, which is nice. Okay, so I gotta figure out a way I'm gonna mount this camp lux. I'm thinking about just driving a 4x4 in the ground. Hey girls, crazy goats. I'm thinking about driving just a 4x4 in the corner here and hanging it on that, and then just putting the propane here in the corner. That should work out okay. It actually runs on D batteries. It doesn't need power. The pump here does need power. I can run it off a regular 110, just an extension cord from the back of the house. Not a big deal at all. That'll be very simple to take care of. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that camp lux and take a look and see exactly where I'm going to mount that. I do have some extra 4x4s kicking around here. So I think I'm just going to drive a 4x4 into the ground, tamp it down, and then just hang that up so it's up a little bit high, easy to control. Probably going to put it near the hot tub, obviously, so you can control the temperature and the flow, so you can turn it on and off. So let me lay that out. All right, so let's go ahead and get this opened up, see what we're working with here. I got to get the pumpkin transplanted as well. So all right, normally I don't do open box videos. This shouldn't be too bad at all. There she is. Looks like it's well packed. Some styrofoam. All right, let's flip this thing upside down, see what we're working with. Okay, this is actually perfect, as I suspected. So here's your chimney. So it does have the circle hooks where I can put just a couple screws in and just hang that. And all your connections are on the bottom. So you get your LP, you get your cold in, hot out. So, or cold, I'm sorry, cold in, hot out. So it's cold in, hot out. I'm not quite sure what this is for, but we'll read. Actually, this runs on natural gas and propane, so that's probably what that is. So it'll actually tell you. So yeah, here it is right there. Yep. That's in caution. Don't over tighten. So nice looking little deal. I like it. It looks pretty simple. It does have the temperature gauge on the front as well. It's kind of tough in the sun, so let's actually flip this way. So it's got the gas range. It's got min, max. It's got the eco mode, full, so full hot, full eco, and then you can control the water down to a minimum, up to a maximum. So it's got some nice controls on this. So this is a great little outdoor deal. Okay, so we got back from Home Depot, picked up some clear tubing, some PVC pipes, some miscellaneous type hardware. Had a little creative down here with a 1.5 to 3/4 reducer, which is a rubber connector fitting right in the plumbing department, and then I used a piece of PVC on the inside, slid that right down, clamped it down on here twice. That should not leak at all. That's nice and tight. And then right back into the standard pool fitting for the pool pump. So that should work out pretty well. I might put a butterfly valve in the middle of this eventually. So, but to start, I'm just getting this up and running. So now from here, I'm going to plumb it back off the pump head right here, and just run this back over with the PVC back into the pool, but I have to also split that and run it to the heater. Okay, I decided to move the pump on this side of the pool, put a pole up. I'm gonna mount the camp lux right here on this side, close to the pump, and that way there I can actually attach the shower head on the back side and kind of angle it so it'll shoot down into the hot tub. So this should work out nicely. All right, drove that pole into the ground, mounted the camp lux on it. Pretty simple setup. So also put the shower head on the back, pointing into the tub. I think that'll be a nice little rain feature. So if I'm not pumping back in, I might even put a Y fitting on, so I should just turn the Y on and off, so it'll go either into the pool via a spigot, which I'm going to spigot that comes over like this, or it can go up through the hose. So just a standard Y that you get at like Home Depot, Lowe's. So yeah. Okay, got everything plumbed up. We're adding water. I'm going to go ahead and pick up all my tools. Everything's plumbed up over here. I'm just putting water in from the hose. I was going to run the water through the camp lux and heat it first, but I want to see how long it's going to take to heat actually once the pool's full. I'm guessing it's about an hour and a half-ish, so before we cycle the whole thing, because it's 2.7 gallons per minute, and this is 300 gallons, a little less because I'm not going to go right to the top. So I'm going to pretty much come off of the pump here. This is the out from the filter, out from the pool, up through here, into the inlet, out the outlet, down, into the pool. So that's how this is gonna flow. It's gonna fill up nice and fast. It's gonna be ice cold though, right out of my my well. Okay, didn't take terribly long. Took more time to kind of track down the parts from Home Depot. So this is the, I'm kind of in the shadow there. So this is the old pump I had, the Camp Lux Outdoor Life on-demand hot water heater that runs via propane. I plumbed it off of the bottom outlet into the pump, through the pump head. Supply is coming out the normal return for the pump, comes up into the supply here, and then the out goes out just down and then into the pool right here. So right now you can't quite tell, you probably can't, it's blinking a little bit. It's at 131 degrees. So it's coming out pretty hot. Filled this pool in 20 minutes off my well. So it's still definitely on the chillier side right now, but you're going your hand underneath that, you'll burn yourself. So I'll run this wide open for a little while and give this a try a little later on tonight. So this definitely is a redneck hot tub, but I'm into this thing for nothing. Paid $0 for that Rubbermaid 300-gallon container. It had a leak in the bottom that I fixed. Got the pump for 30 bucks, and I got the Camp Lux on Amazon Prime Day a couple of weeks ago for, I want to say $189, normally almost $300. And then I had the bench, so I just pressure washed that today. So it'll work out nice to kind of sit in, jump in. So it's right next to the garden, which is pretty cool. Pool's up there. Got the farm out back. So just a nice little way to kind of refresh yourself and jump into the pool and cool off with these hot days. So way cheaper than buying a $4,000 hot tub. You know, into the whole thing for probably sub 300 with fittings. Actually, I spent about 40 bucks over Home Depot. You know, and like I said, not a lot. I'll link some of these parts below if you guys want to buy a Camp Lux. You can also get the Rubbermaid 300-gallon container or trough. This is used for cattle. It's used for koi ponds. I got this from a friend of mine, but he bought it at Tractor Supply. So I'll link that Tractor Supply below in case you guys want to track one down. But yeah, I think it came out pretty good. So the only thing I have to do now is I want to put a Y here so I can actually shut the water on and off, because I have to crimp the hose right now to actually activate the heater, because it wants to actually be under pressure for the igniter to turn on. So as soon as I turn off the pump, it kills it. So I need to have a little pressure inside the system, but that's easy. I'm just going to put just one of those camping Ys right here, and actually I'm going to put I've got the faucet on the back, so I'll actually connect the Y to the other side of it to the faucet, so I can run the faucet right in here as well. But yeah, so thanks for checking it out, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so I've had this set up running now about an hour, and cranked it back a little bit. It's on 126 degrees. Put the gas in the middle, water on max, and I've got it running in full, not eco mode. I first filled it up. It was definitely cold, and right now it is up to, you guys can see that or not, but it's already, it's kind of a nice piece of dirt there. But it actually, the mercury says 80. There's a line there, but there it is. It's actually up past 80 degrees now, so it's warming up quickly. It's gained 10 degrees in about an hour. So I'd imagine another hour or two here, it's going to be up to temp. And compared to the old soft tub we had years back, that would take 2 days to heat up. Like I mentioned previously, they use these coils that ran around the pump. So you had a pump like this, the coils ran around it, and as the pump heated up, it kind of cooled off the pump. It was just very inefficient. This is way more efficient. I'll wait and see how much propane we use, but I don't think it's gonna be that much. I'm gonna build the top of this, probably just a plywood top. I'll cut it to fit, and it should be just fine. I might do that nozzle a little bit differently. I might actually cut it through the side into here maybe, so it kind of comes out. But I haven't quite decided. I'm not sure. So right now it's working okay. But yeah, I think we'll be in this thing a little bit later and give this thing a test drive. So I think it's really neat for 300 gallon, feed tank, koi pond, the Rubbermaid deal. Like I said, there's about $300. Not a big cut. So this is going to be pretty efficient. I think once it hits temp, I'll be able to set this, and it should maintain pretty easily and be able to come back once it's warmed up. I think it'll warm up that extra 5-10 degrees here real quickly. So I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna get one of those floating rubber duckies with the chlorine tab. See the steam rolling off that thing. It's hot. So it's about 150 degrees rolling in there. All right, she's pool bound. Go for it, kid. My little farmer. Right next to the garden. Good place for this. Some red tomatoes coming in. Looks good. All right, it's just about up to temp. That was really quick. So that was about 2.5 hours. It went from being about 55 degrees out of the well to right now it's around 94. So yeah, if I turn that on the side, it's about 94 right now. So it's heating up really quickly, and the last 10 degrees came up within like 15-20 minutes. It just jumped right up. And, it's at 160 right now out of the spigot. So we're gonna leave it just the way that it is. So, and, actually, I gotta go and get one of those floaties for chlorine. So I'm gonna probably shoot to the store and do that. Okay, so out of the Rubbermaid container, I used a 1.5 to 1 1/4 rubber coupler. Got that right at Home Depot, and I brought that into a piece of PVC pipe. And the PVC pipe was 1 1/4 as well. And I cut that, and then I used a piece of 1 1/4 ID rubber hose that they sell right at Home Depot, and that connected directly to the standard port fitting that you get on a pool pump. And then once that was connected here, I came up and I did the reverse here. I just put a piece of rubber hose, stepped it down to another piece that was MPT hose adapter setting, which is 3/4, and then I ran the 3/4 back up into the bottom of the camp lux. So, and then I did the external comes down and feeds right in. So real simple plumbing job, not difficult to plumb this thing at all. It did take me a little while to hunt the parts up at Home Depot. Your application may be different depending on what you're building with a pump. So, you might have an Intech pump, you might have a different Hayward style pump, but you'll have to be creative with your fittings. So, but not hard. I mean, what's nice about this is most people, you'll see free hot tubs up all the time because the electronics are junk, they're leaking, they're just done poorly. I'm really impressed at how easy this is to set up and maintain. It's almost portable. I mean, you could take this with you someplace if you wanted to. If you're going on vacation to camp somewhere remotely for a couple of weeks, you could throw this thing in the back of your truck, load that up with all your gear, and and throw the heater in the camp in there, the tank and the heater in there, and you're good to go. My pump is about the same size as the propane tank. So this is just a slick little setup with a 300-gallon Rubbermaid, and a Camp Lux outdoor heater. I just cranked that down. You can see I got the temp now down to the minimum setting, and it's down to 120. And this is right now about 95-ish. So the temp is good. I'm going to run out and get some chlorine to drop. Actually, I do have chlorine tabs. I got to get a rubber ducky to drop in there so it'll float around and treat it. I also want to get a tarp so I can cover this up tonight. So my daughters were asking if we're going to have jets. The answer to that was no. I don't have any jets in this, obviously, but I might get creative. My compressor is just inside my shop right there, so I could probably run an airline, and I could do some jets in this. I think I could probably inject some air into here and give this a little whirlpool action without too much difficulty. So we'll see. You want to be on video? What do you think of the hot tub? You like the hot tub? You haven't been in it yet, though. Soon. You want to be the first one in it? You probably do, don't you? So, all right.
I want to feel the water.
Okay, you want to get in the hot tub? You can get in the hot tub. Go ahead.
Now?
Right now.
Wait, what?
Right now, you can get in the hot tub. Go ahead.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I would have preferred if you took your shoes off before you get them all dirty, but go over there and don't get dirt in the pool.
Wait,
Go ahead.
Do I have my floaty on?
You can keep your floaty on. That's fine. Go ahead. But you can take it off. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Hold on.
So we got our first customer for the hot tub.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just like that. Before you go in though, can you do me a favor? Put your feet over here. Your feet are, no, you're okay. Just sit right there. Sit right, turn around right there.
Hold on, hi.
Right there, just turn around, hang your feet off the edge.
Hold.
I just want to hose off your feet, so I've been cleaning that up. Right?
Right, I thought that you were going to spray
No,
my whole...
slide your butt over here. Slide your butt right over to here.
Ew.
Right over to here. Come here. Sit right there.
Like I'm going to get a
Sit right there.
Can you get splinters from this wood on here?
Okay, now.
Hey.
All right, let me see the bottom of your feet. Let me see the bottoms.
Can I get splinters?
All right, the 300-gallon Rubbermaid hot tub. This is our first official customer, Miss Morgan. It's very warm. All right, go ahead, jump. It's about 95 degrees right now.
Holy cow, it is so
Is that refreshing? How's that feel?
Oh, yeah.
Is that nice?
So nice.
Feels so nice? It's like a mini warm pool. You like that?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
don't get too comfortable. So, but that's it. It's officially done. I think we can mark this as a success. Just got to do a couple of other changes. Just
I'm
want
this big and I'm in here.
You're that big and you're in there. So a couple other small changes to this, but this wasn't hard. This is a nice little Saturday project.
It's 140.
It doesn't say 140. That's the max temp. It's not. No, it's
100 right now.
it is not 100 right now.
It is 100, I said to me.
No, it's still 93, 94. So
Crazy girls, they look at me not 100.
she's yelling at her goats.
Oh.
The goats approve.
Wait, can I go under the water if I go around up and grab my goggles?
No, you're gonna stay in there without your goggles.
Dang it, I want to
All
go
right.
under the water.
Cool. Well, hey guys, thanks for checking out the other videos. This was just a fun project, part of the 1620 Farming Garage channel. If you could subscribe and hit that little bell. We're over the 500 point now and closing in on the 1,000 mark. Trying to get that 4,000 watch hours. So, but thanks guys.
There's like mini seats right there. You're just gonna
That's a real small seat.
what?
Said it's way warmer over there.
Yeah.
Still running.
I have a mini slip and slide.
Your little slide over there in the corner. All right. Not bad.
We're actually in here
Almost
together.
up to temp. Got about another 10 degrees to go, and she's good, but it's nice and warm.
Me and Dad, I'm in like the full pool, like fully in here.
You are.
Because I was in there before.
Yes, you were in the big
Until
pool.
he told me that I could come in here.
Yes.
And then he stick his feet in.